Embracing self-awareness is the foundation of learning to be happy alone. It begins with an honest, compassionate journey inward, where you take the time to understand who you truly are at your core. This means exploring your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. When you sit with yourself in silence, away from the noise of external distractions, you uncover the layers that make you unique. You learn what excites you, what scares you, and what truly fulfills you, not because someone else tells you, but because you've discovered it for yourself. Self-awareness also means acknowledging the patterns in your life, the choices you've made, and how they've shaped your current reality. It's not about dwelling on mistakes, but understanding them as opportunities for growth. When you become aware of your triggers, you can begin to respond rather than react. When you know your strengths, you can harness them to achieve more. And when you understand your weaknesses, you can embrace them as part of your humanity. It's through self-awareness that you realize your worth isn't tied to another person or situation. You don't need someone else to complete you because you are already whole. When you truly know yourself, you no longer fear solitude. It becomes an empowering state. You can stand in your truth, grounded and unshaken, because you've developed a relationship with yourself that is honest, kind, and nurturing. This level of awareness allows you to enjoy your own company and recognize that your happiness is your responsibility. The more deeply you know yourself, the more you align your life with your true values and desires, creating a sense of fulfillment that no one can take away. Finding your purpose is about uncovering the unique reason you exist and aligning your life with it. It's not always a straightforward journey, but one of deep exploration, patience, and courage. Purpose isn't necessarily tied to grand achievements or societal recognition. It's a deeply personal compass that gives your life meaning and direction. It might be found in creating, teaching, nurturing, or simply being a source of light for others. To find your purpose, you must first listen to the quiet whispers of your heart. These whispers are often drowned out by the noise of expectations, what the world says you should do or should become. But when you strip away these external pressures and look inward, you begin to discover the passions and callings that resonate deeply with you. Purpose often stems from what makes you feel alive, what you can lose yourself in, or what sparks a sense of contribution and fulfillment. The journey to purpose also requires reflecting on your unique gifts and talents. These are not accidental, they are tools given to you for a reason. Consider how these gifts can be used not only to enrich your life, but to serve others and make a positive impact. True purpose is rarely self-centered. It thrives in the way it connects you to something bigger than yourself. Living with purpose transforms how you see solitude. When you know why you're here, your alone time becomes a powerful opportunity to deepen your connection to your mission. Instead of seeking external validation, you find joy and motivation in your pursuit of purpose. And challenges no longer feel like roadblocks, but stepping stones towards something greater. Purpose gives you a sense of grounding in an ever-changing world. It provides clarity and focus, helping you navigate life's uncertainties with confidence. You wake up each day knowing that your life has meaning, even when things get tough, and this sense of fulfillment becomes a source of profound happiness. When you find your purpose, you no longer feel the need to fill voids with others' presence because your life is already rich with meaning and intention. Practicing self-love is about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the same compassion and care you would offer to someone you deeply value. It's not a fleeting emotion or a momentary indulgence, but an ongoing commitment to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Self-love begins with acknowledging that you are deserving of love, not because of your achievements, appearance, or others' approval, but simply because you exist. It requires breaking free from the harsh inner critic that often dominates your thoughts. Instead of dwelling on your perceived flaws or past mistakes, self-love invites you to embrace imperfection as part of the human experience. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing not just what needs to change, but also what is beautiful, strong, and unique. Self-love challenges you to shift from self-criticism to self-affirmation, from focusing on shortcomings to celebrating progress, no matter how small. Practicing self-love means setting boundaries that protect your well-being. It's about saying no to what drains you and yes to what nurtures you, even if that means disappointing others. You prioritize your needs not out of selfishness, but because you understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. This kind of love empowers you to walk away from relationships, environments, or habits that no longer serve your growth. Self-love also shows up in how you care for your body and mind. It's in the meals you prepare, the rest you allow yourself, and the activities that rejuvenate your spirit. It's in taking time to heal when you're hurt and seeking help when you're overwhelmed. By listening to your inner needs, you create a life that is aligned with your values and aspirations. Most importantly, self-love is the foundation for healthy relationships with others. When you truly love yourself, you no longer seek validation or worthiness through others' opinions. Instead, you bring your whole self into every interaction, not out of neediness, but from a place of abundance. You understand that your happiness is not contingent on someone else's presence or approval. This practice doesn't mean you'll never struggle with doubt or insecurity. But self-love gives you the tools to navigate those moments with grace and resilience. It's about being your own greatest advocate, your own source of comfort, and your own guiding light. In loving yourself, you cultivate a happiness that is independent, enduring, and profoundly empowering. Developing emotional resilience is the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with strength, adaptability, and a sense of hope. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. Rather, it's about cultivating the inner capacity to face challenges, process them, and move forward with renewed strength. Emotional resilience is the armor that protects your well-being, even when life throws its hardest punches. It starts with acknowledging that adversity is inevitable. Resilient people don't shy away from discomfort or difficulty. Instead, they confront it head-on, understanding that challenges are a natural part of life. This mindset shifts the focus from "why is this happening to me" to "what can I learn from this?" By seeing hardships as opportunities for growth, you begin to approach difficulties with curiosity and determination rather than fear. Developing emotional resilience requires building a strong sense of self-awareness. When you understand your emotions, you can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This means taking the time to pause and reflect before allowing feelings like anger, fear, or sadness to dictate your actions. Resilience doesn't mean you don't feel deeply, it means you've developed the tools to process those feelings in a healthy way. One of the most critical aspects of emotional resilience is cultivating a mindset of optimism. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or sugarcoating pain, but it involves choosing to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Resilient individuals look for the silver lining, even in the darkest clouds, because they know that hope fuels perseverance. Another key to resilience is building healthy coping mechanisms. Whether it's through mindfulness, journaling, exercise, or seeking support from a trusted friend or therapist, finding constructive outlets for your emotions helps you regain balance during tough times. Resilient people also prioritize self-care, recognizing that rest, nutrition, and relaxation are not luxuries but necessities for staying emotionally strong. Resilience is also rooted in self-compassion. It's about treating yourself with kindness during moments of failure or struggle, rather than being overly critical. By giving yourself permission to stumble and recover, you build the confidence to face future challenges without fear of imperfection. Perhaps most importantly, emotional resilience thrives on a sense of purpose and connection. When you're grounded in your values and driven by a meaningful goal, setbacks feel less overwhelming. And while resilience involves a strong sense of independence, it also recognizes the value of community. Leaning on others for support doesn't weaken your resilience, it strengthens it. Over time, as you develop emotional resilience, you begin to trust in your own ability to weather storms. You no longer view difficulties as insurmountable, but as temporary hurdles on the path to greater strength and understanding. Emotional resilience doesn't eliminate pain or hardship, but it gives you the courage to rise each time you fall, knowing that every step forward is a testament to your inner power. Investing in personal growth is a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. It's about recognizing that your potential is limitless and actively choosing to cultivate it. This process isn't driven by external demands or societal expectations, but by an intrinsic desire to evolve, learn, and expand. Personal growth is an act of self-respect and self-love, where you prioritize your development as a foundational element of your happiness. It begins with a mindset of curiosity. When you approach life as a student, every experience becomes an opportunity to learn. Personal growth requires you to challenge old beliefs, question assumptions, and remain open to new perspectives. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones, it flourishes in moments of challenge and exploration. By embracing discomfort, you unlock new levels of self-awareness and capability. Investing in personal growth also involves setting intentional goals. These aren't merely about achieving milestones, but about aligning your actions with your values and long-term vision. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, or deepening your relationships, each step toward growth brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment. The act of setting and working toward goals reminds you that you have agency in your life and the power to shape your future. A key aspect of personal growth is learning from failure. Every misstep or setback holds valuable lessons if you approach it with humility and curiosity. Instead of seeing failure as an endpoint, view it as a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and resilience. Personal growth teaches you that it's not about avoiding mistakes, but about how you respond and grow from them. Equally important is the role of self-discipline in personal growth. Growth requires consistent effort, even when motivation wanes. It's about committing to the habits, routines, and practices that support your development, whether it's dedicating time to reading, practicing mindfulness, or seeking mentorship. Discipline is the bridge between aspiration and achievement, helping you stay the course even when progress feels slow. Investing in personal growth also means nurturing your relationships. While growth is deeply personal, it's enriched by meaningful connections with others. Surrounding yourself with supportive, inspiring individuals creates an environment that fosters your development. These relationships challenge you to think bigger, hold you accountable, and provide encouragement during moments of doubt. Personal growth isn't limited to intellectual or professional achievements. It also encompasses emotional and spiritual dimensions. Developing emotional intelligence, practicing gratitude, and seeking inner peace are all part of the growth journey. These aspects help you cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world, creating a well-rounded sense of fulfillment. When you invest in personal growth, you cultivate a sense of independence and confidence that transforms how you live. You no longer wait for others to validate your worth or happiness because you recognize that everything you need is within you. Personal growth empowers you to create a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and joy, a life where solitude isn't something to fear, but a space to thrive. Building a supportive environment is a cornerstone of creating a life where you can thrive even when you're alone. It's about surrounding yourself with people, spaces, and systems that uplift, inspire, and nurture your growth and well-being. This environment serves as a foundation that reinforces your resilience and allows you to face life's challenges with strength and confidence. A supportive environment starts with the people you allow into your life. Relationships have a profound impact on your emotional and mental state, so it's crucial to choose connections that align with your values and contribute to your growth. Supportive people encourage you to dream bigger, celebrate your successes, and offer compassion during setbacks. They don't drain your energy with negativity or judgment, but instead bring positivity, understanding, and constructive feedback. Building such relationships often requires setting clear boundaries and letting go of toxic influences, no matter how difficult it may seem. Equally important is the physical space you inhabit. Your surroundings should reflect the kind of energy you want to feel. Whether it's your home, workspace, or even a favorite park, creating an environment that is clean, organized, and aligned with your tastes can have a powerful impact on your mindset. Small details like having a cozy corner for reading or a space for creative work can make you feel more grounded and motivated. Your physical space should be a sanctuary that rejuvenates you, not a source of stress. A supportive environment also includes the systems and habits you build to sustain your well-being. These might involve setting routines that prioritize self-care, like exercising, meditating, or dedicating time to hobbies that bring you joy. It also means managing your time and energy wisely, avoiding overcommitment, and ensuring that you're investing in activities that align with your goals. Supportive systems help you stay on track and create a sense of stability, even when life feels chaotic. Part of creating a supportive environment is also seeking out communities that share your values and interests. These could be groups centered around professional development, creative pursuits, spirituality, or physical fitness. Being part of a like-minded community provides a sense of belonging and shared purpose. It reminds you that while you can thrive on your own, meaningful connections can enhance your journey. Technology and media consumption are another critical aspect. What you allow into your mind influences your thoughts, emotions, and outlook. Choosing uplifting content, limiting exposure to negativity, and curating your online presence can help you maintain a positive mental environment. Ultimately, building a supportive environment isn't about depending on others or external factors for happiness. It's about creating conditions that empower you to become your best self. This environment becomes a reflection of your inner peace and strength, reinforcing your ability to stand tall even when you're alone. It's not static but evolves with you, growing as you grow, always serving as a backdrop for your independence, confidence, and joy. Appreciating solitude is a transformative practice that allows you to discover the richness of your inner world. It's not about loneliness or isolation, but about intentionally spending time with yourself in a way that nurtures your spirit, fosters creativity, and deepens self-awareness. In solitude, you find the freedom to explore your thoughts, emotions, and desires without distraction or external influence. It's a sacred space where you can truly be yourself, free from judgment or expectations. When you appreciate solitude, you begin to view it as an opportunity rather than a void. It's a chance to reflect on your life, process experiences, and gain clarity about your path forward. In the quiet, you can hear the whispers of your intuition, those subtle insights that often get lost in the noise of daily life. Solitude becomes a place of connection with your innermost self, helping you better understand your values, passions, and goals. Solitude also fosters creativity and problem solving. When you step away from the constant input of social interactions and technology, your mind has the space to wander, imagine, and innovate. Many of the world's greatest ideas and works of art were born from moments of quiet introspection. In solitude, you're free to experiment with new ideas, think deeply, and dream boldly without the constraints of external opinions. Appreciating solitude means embracing the peace it brings. Life is often filled with demands, noise, and chaos, leaving little room for rest. Solitude offers a respite, a moment to recharge and realign. In these moments, you can practice mindfulness, enjoy a hobby, or simply sit in stillness, allowing your mind and body to recover. This quiet time is not wasted, it's an investment in your well-being and resilience. Solitude also teaches you self-reliance. When you can be content in your own company, you become less dependent on others for validation or fulfillment. You realize that your worth isn't determined by your relationships or social status, but by your own sense of self. This independence doesn't mean pushing people away, it means building relationships from a place of abundance rather than need. Moreover, solitude allows you to reconnect with nature, spirituality, or whatever brings you a sense of wonder and purpose. Whether it's a walk in the woods, meditation, or reading a book that inspires you, these solitary moments can deepen your connection to something greater than yourself. Appreciating solitude is a skill that takes time to develop, especially in a world that often equates being alone with being lonely. But the more you practice it, the more you'll come to cherish these moments as essential to your growth and happiness. Solitude isn't about escaping the world, it's about returning to yourself, grounding your spirit, and discovering that you are your own best companion. In learning to appreciate solitude, you unlock a profound sense of inner peace that sustains you no matter where life takes you. Detaching from external validation is a powerful act of reclaiming your self-worth and autonomy. It involves shifting your focus from seeking approval and recognition from others to cultivating a deep sense of acceptance and confidence within yourself. While human connection and feedback are natural parts of life, relying on others to define your value can lead to an endless cycle of insecurity and dissatisfaction. Detachment allows you to break free from this cycle and live authentically, guided by your own principles and values. The process begins with recognizing how external validation shapes your decisions and self-perception. Many people unconsciously base their worth on the opinions, praise, or acceptance of others, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, or society at large. This dependence can lead to people-pleasing behaviors, a fear of rejection, or an inability to pursue what truly matters to you. Detaching from external validation requires honesty with yourself about where you've been seeking approval and how it impacts your happiness. When you detach, you start by redefining your standards for success and fulfillment. Instead of asking, "What will others think?" you ask, "What do I think?" Or "Does this align with who I am?" This shift empowers you to make choices that reflect your true desires and values, not the expectations imposed on you. It's about reclaiming your life as your own and finding satisfaction in your growth, not in how others perceive you. This detachment doesn't mean dismissing feedback or the importance of relationships. Rather, it's about developing a healthier relationship with external input. You learn to accept constructive criticism without letting it define you, and you embrace compliments as affirmations rather than necessities. Your emotional state is no longer at the mercy of external opinions because you've built a solid foundation of self-assurance. Detaching from validation also requires addressing the fear of rejection. Rejection often feels like a personal failure, but it's important to reframe it as part of the human experience. Not everyone will understand or appreciate your choices, and that's okay. True freedom comes when you stop fearing rejection and start trusting yourself to handle it with grace and resilience. When you let go of the need to be liked by everyone, you make room for relationships and opportunities that are genuine and fulfilling. Practicing self-compassion is essential to this process. Detachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionally distant. It's about treating yourself with kindness and understanding, regardless of others' opinions. When you make mistakes or face criticism, you can respond with self-forgiveness rather than self-doubt. This inner compassion becomes your anchor, keeping you grounded in your worth. Over time, as you detach from external validation, you'll discover a profound sense of liberation. Your decisions, passions, and goals will stem from an authentic place, and you'll feel less burdened by the pressure to perform or conform. You'll also become a more confident and self-sufficient individual, capable of building meaningful connections that are based on mutual respect rather than a need for approval. Detaching from external validation doesn't mean ignoring others or isolating yourself. It means stepping into a life where your happiness and self-worth are no longer dictated by others. It's about living in alignment with your truth, knowing that you are enough as you are, and finding peace in the realization that your value is inherent, not conditional. This detachment ultimately allows you to live with greater freedom, purpose, and joy. Detaching from external validation is about reclaiming your self-worth and living authentically, guided by your own values rather than the approval of others. It involves recognizing how the need for external recognition shapes your decisions, redefining success on your own terms, and embracing self-compassion. By letting go of the fear of rejection and building a solid foundation of self-confidence, you become emotionally independent and resilient. This detachment doesn't mean dismissing others, but rather developing healthier relationships with feedback and criticism. Ultimately, it empowers you to live freely, find fulfillment within yourself, and align your life with your true purpose.